What is cursor? Cursor are memory area that allow you to allocate an area of memory and access the information retrieved from SQL statement. For example, you use a cursor to operate on all the row of student table for those students taking a particular course having associate entries in the enrollment table. Cursor is, or we can say, cursor is nothing but a combination of data from 10 tables, 5 tables, 6 tables. It is very useful while bunch of update, bunch of delete, bunch of inserted, because with cursor we can easily use of loop, or you can say cursor, it is only one thing which we can use in the loop, while bunch of update, bunch of insert and bunch of delete. So it is nothing but a memory area that allow you to allocate an area of memory and access the information retrieved from SQL statement. For example, you use a cursor to operate on all the row of student table for those students taking a particular course having associate entries in the enrollment table. That is cursor. Okay, what is execute immediate statement? Generally, dynamic SQL statements are built by your program and stored as a character string based on parameter specified at run time. Okay, it is important to note that this string must contain valid SQL statement or PL SQL code. Okay, execute immediate means it is command of Oracle who forcefully execute the SQL statement which is in our program. Okay, so can we repeat it once again? What is execute immediate statement? Generally, dynamic SQL statement are built by program and stored as a character string based on the parameter specified at runtime. Okay, if we want to run a SQL statement in which where clause is depend on different variables. For employee ID 1, like age is 29, run that SQL statement for the age 29. For employee ID 2, age is 30. So execute immediately that SQL query for age 29 and 30. That is execute immediate. So what is execute immediate? We can read it again. Generally, dynamic SQL statements are built by program and stored as character string based on the parameter specified at runtime. It is important to note that this string must contain valid SQL statement or PS SQL statement. Okay, next one. What is cluster index? Cluster index determine the order in which row of table will be stored on a disk, and it actually store row level data in leaf node of index itself. Cluster index, not cluster index. Remember, when we create primary key, which index will be created? That is cluster index. So read it carefully. A cluster index determine the order in which the row of table will be stored on a disk, and it actually store row level data in the leaf node of index itself. That's why if you want to retrieve data from this kind of index, it will give you very fast, because optimizer search that data very easily because the data stored in the leaf node of index itself. So no need to search too deeply. It is on leaf node, just you have to search. What is external table? Yeah, external table is very important, because if you want to upload some Excel file, CSV file into database, just use external table. So it is read only table which point to a file at OS level. Suppose you have a Excel file or CSV file into your document, my document, D drive, E drive, F drive. From there, if you want to upload that, you just create external table, and it will export entire data from Excel to that external table, and from there, that external table you can do whatever you want to do, either calculation, division, multiplication, anything, whatever you want to do, you can just do that. So there is some different way to write external table. It's not like a simple table, just create table name and 5 to 6 column, primary key, foreign key, that's it. But to create external table, we have to create column name which is exactly matched with Excel column in Excel. Exactly the data type of external table will be simply matched with the Excel data type, that is external table. So what is external table? It is read only table which point to a file at OS level. What is invisible index? What is invisible index? So it is also, you can say it is like other index, cluster index, non-cluster index, but Oracle optimizer ignored it, that depend on parameter. If we forcefully tell optimizer use invisible index, then it will use. If we tell don't use, it will not use. For example, if you are working in an income tax department, and if you want data of all person who is paying tax in month of September, it's okay, you can find it easily way. But if you want to retrieve the same data in month of March, it will take huge of time, because so many users, they are paying, every resource is busy. So at that time you will just tell to optimizer use invisible index, and it will use invisible index to retrieve the data. So what is invisible index? Invisible index are maintained like any other index, but ignored by optimizer, depend on parameter.